Hey everybody, it's Friday morning. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Just wanted to go over some stuff. And forgive me toward the end of this because I want to read something. And I am not a good reader, but I'm going to read it verbatim and best I can. And I'm also going to post a link to the thing that I'm reading so you can actually hear the man himself say it. It's phenomenal. But thing I want to talk about, and I talk about this at a lot of youth events, but this is going to be a very short version of it. Is can we all agree that we're here for a reason? Here's my first question that I always ask is, why are you here? What is your purpose? Ask yourself. Are you driving your life, or is your life driving you? Take a moment if you don't care. I know you can pause a live video, so pause it. Take 30 seconds or a few minutes or whatever it takes just to clear your head. Excuse me. And while you're doing that, think to yourself. Once your mind's clear, think to yourself. If I could do anything, and I don't mean, if I could eat the biggest slice of pizza or whatever. I mean, something to do good, something that would make you and your family happy and challenged and give you what you would consider happiness. If I could do anything with my life or my career or my family, what would it be? Now stop the video. Okay, I've assumed that you've stopped the video. It could be 30 seconds later, it could be 3 hours later, I don't know. But something, when you stopped and finally got your mind clear, something probably immediately popped in your head. And you probably immediately said, no, that can't be it, and went on and tried to think about other stuff. The funny thing is, what popped in your head is probably what it is. A lot of times we say that can't be it, so I have to ask you, why not? There are people that are probably doing what you want to do. There are people that have a worse background. Hit my camera again. There are people that had a worse background, a worse childhood, a less valuable financial situation, less resources than you had, and they're successful at what they do. So what separates them from you? Why can't you do it? The perfect time to start is never ever going to come. There's always going to be something interrupting our lives, 100% of the time. The biggest joke, and I said it when I was younger, is, we'll have a baby when we can afford it. We just can't afford to have a baby right now. If I can get a shout out from all the parents out there, you tell me when you can afford to have a baby. You tell me what job you've got to have to be able to afford to have a baby. It ain't out there. It don't exist. But you make adjustments, and that's all you need to do. You make little adjustments every day in your life, because that perfect time will never come. Life is going to kick you in the teeth. When you're on top of the mountain, something is going to happen. But you have to start right now. You have to start where you are. You have to start with what you have. And almost everybody does not do this because they just kind of want it. They kind of want something. So they kind of work at it. And so they kind of get the results that they want. They never get the real results they're looking for because they never put the effort into it to get what they want. You're only going to get the results you get from the effort you put in. We're all here in the place in our lives right now as you're watching this video because of the decisions and the effort we put in. The effort we put into our education, which I will tell you, I wasted 1,000% of my education. Love all my high school teachers. Lord knows they tried. Wasted that opportunity. Our jobs, the risk that we are willing to take on a daily basis, and our reactions and our responses to when things go bad. But tomorrow is a new day, and you've always got to look at tomorrow as a fresh start. Really, if you really want to look at it and get deep, right now is a fresh start. You can turn this video off right now and start. Baby steps. Remember in my previous videos, we don't attack the big scope of things. We get to the big scope, we get to the big job by taking little baby steps. So, right now, if you don't care, I hope you wrote down whatever it is that popped in your head, no matter how crazy it sounds. But if it's something real, and it's something somebody can do, and it's something you can do, because they are no better than you are, You know, they are no better. Grab that piece of paper that you wrote that crazy thing down that you want to be, and listen to me try to read this quote from Les Brown. Like I said, I'm going to post the link in the comments immediately, and I hope you can find it, because he says it so much better than me. And like I said, I got this one eye that's a little funky right here, and I get a little tongue-tied, so we're going to do our best. But Les Brown says, if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you will gladly sweat for it, and fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, if you simply go after that thing that you want, with all your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness nor pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you beseech and beset it, with the help of God, you will get it. And what he's saying there, if you look in there, or if you listen to his video next, I hope you do, because he rocks it. He's saying it's up to you. Dude, it is up to you. I have friends, I'm looking at one name right here, right now. I was in the hunting and fishing industry for 12, nearly 20 years, off and on. I was on 26 different hunting pro staffs. My son, 19 years old now, was the Mossy Oak camouflage baby. But we just went after that dream, and it turned into something that was a lot more travel than I thought, and things like that. But I got such great experiences from that. But I have a friend on here that is watching that, you know, he's able to go on these wonderful trips all the time with his job. He's able to go on these hunts that I've only dreamed of, and I was in the industry. I mean, I was considered a pro in the industry, and he really enjoys that, and I'm glad he does. But, you know, me and this young man grew up in the same community. Young man, hey, I think we're 40, gosh, we're going on 48. Me and this young man grew up in the same community, went to the same exact school. I have no memory of not knowing him. Went to the same exact school, but he continued on, and he developed him. And he had no better, he didn't have a leg up on anything that I didn't have a leg up on, but he fought harder than me, and he's living the life that a lot of us would love to live. And he, from what I can tell, he enjoys it. He's got a great family, you know, and I respect him a lot for what he's done. But he realized something at an age that I should have realized. I did not work hard. So I work hard. I learned to work hard. My father taught me to work harder. My father taught me to do the right things. My mother taught me to do the right things. Teresa, my stepmother / mother, she works her tail off. So I was fortunate enough to be around a lot of hard workers from the entrepreneurial side. But here's the thing. Life kicked me in the teeth in 2012. 19 surgeries since 2012. Hundreds of ER visits. Dozen ICU critical care unit stays. It kicked me in the teeth. I have a 5-pound weight restriction. I can no longer do my business. So I'm doing this. I don't know what this will turn into. I'm not looking for this to be some big thing, but I think somebody out there is going through some struggles and thinks they're the only one. And hey, if you're watching this, please encourage other people in your comments, if you don't care, that they're not the only one. Always feel free to share a story of a struggle that you went through, that you got through. Feel free to share of, maybe the worst day in your life 10 years ago. Because the worst day in your life 10 years ago or 10 minutes ago, you got through it. It was 10 years ago. And you're going through it right now 10 minutes ago. Somebody needs that encouragement. So why not give it to them? There is nothing that stops all of you from doing what I'm doing. There is nothing that stops us from quit bashing President Obama, quit bashing Clinton, quit bashing Bush, quit bashing Trump. on Facebook all the time. There's nothing to keep us from quit bashing gun control and non-gun control and how much we hate our country. And if you don't like this country, get out. I mean, that's all Facebook's turned into. And it's ridiculous. Remember when Facebook was fun? I want to make my page fun again. I want my page to be useful. I want my page to be where people can go and go, hey, I need a little bit of positivity today. I can find it on Drew's page. That's why I'm doing this. I was fortunate enough to work with Trinity Crusades for Christ, Braxton Hunter, who watches these sometimes. I know he doesn't have a lot of time. And I was very blessed to be able to go to churches in, South Carolina, Georgia, Indiana, Alabama. I mean, you name it, we went. And some of these churches would have 40 people, and some of these churches, the first church I actually spoke at had 2,600 seats. Now, not all 2,600 were full, thank goodness, but that kind of freaks you out when you walk in, and it looks literally like a stadium to any church you've been to before. But that was how I cut my teeth. So, do what you want to do. I've not been able to speak at a church really consistently since 2012 because I never could be reliable. I don't know if I'm going to start doing that again. I don't know if I'm going to start speaking to businesses or chambers or youth groups or whatever. I don't know. But I feel that I need to do this because it just drives me. This is all that's on my mind now. And I feel like I've got a good story to tell, good, bad, or in between. I was never a drug addict. I was never an alcoholic. I don't have those common stories. So, but I feel like I've been through enough surgeries and been close to death long enough and time again over those years. And thank goodness, as far as I know, I'm on the other side of that and everything's rosy. But, there's something that I have to say that somebody needs to hear. And it's hitting I'm so great, somebody needs to hear me. I know there are people that are struggling because I get the private messages on my Facebook all the time. So I'm trying not to name names. I'm doing my best with that. And if I've said anything that offends you, I apologize. But I try to believe in what I say. I pray before I do these that I won't say anything that's bad or not factual or exaggerated. And so just give me some prayers, give me some good vibes, give me some everything, and, keep God first, keep your family second, and focus on what you want to do because you can do it. But the problem is it's always up to you, not me. Deuces, have a great Friday. Feel free to share as always, and I'm going to post that link as soon as this uploads. Y'all be good.